This is Hypnospace Outlaw. This was sold to me by a very nice person at PAX who was representing the publisher and who basically sort of treated all these little indie developers as kind of their children. At least they had that kind of that sense of pride about them. So this is one I probably never would have noticed at all. But because it was sold to me at PAX, I went home and I wishlisted it and I just grabbed it. And I've played just a little bit of it. I think I'm going to start over at the beginning because I think it actually doesn't support cloud saves. And so I have to, since I'm playing it at work. Yeah, I have to. So, welcome to the 1990s internet. I'll select this one. Oh, let's give ourselves a name. What is my name? My name is Orangutan. Custom pronunciation.
Rangutang.
Rangutang? That's not really right. Try that.
Rangatang.
Rangatang. Yeah, there we go. I've never seen a custom pronouncer in a username before, which I think is great. Ooh, version 1.04. Fancy. Okay, so you can't see the whole screen, and I'm actually not sure where the best place to stick my face is. Maybe we want upper right, because we got some icons down here at the bottom. Let's double click this.
The future is you. Your passion. Your imagination. Your hard work. And now, with the help of Hypnospace, you have the tools and the time to make it a reality.
So this is an internet you
Witness the
browse
dawning
in your
of a new
dreams.
world, where sleep time is no longer downtime.
I wish
It's
this was
where
real.
The future is built. A
I mean,
future built by you.
I don't want it to look like this,
Hypnospace.
but I would love for every second of my sleeping time to actually be productive. I think
Welcome
that would...
to Hypnospace Patrol Department Enforcer Training.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, the role you're playing in this game, you're basically like a moderator on this Hypnospace. And so the training is kind of long. I don't want to necessarily put you through the whole thing. But we should hear a little bit of it just to sort of get the vibe of what it's like.
Hello, Rangatang.
Thank you for volunteering to help keep our wonderful community of Hypnospace citizens safe. Hypno S Enforcer Edition is different from the standard version of Hypno S.
I
in
hope you can
several
hear the
key
dialogue.
areas. This tutorial will guide you through everything you need to know to best serve your fellow Hypnospace citizens and earn HypnoCoin along the way.
Okay, great.
Direct your attention to the top of your desktop, and you'll notice the Hypno S info bar. From left to right, this handy toolkit features quick access to
the settings menu.
Okay. The reason I wanted to show that right there, you hear that audio
Important message
where
received from Merchant
where
Soft.
the normal dialogue was telling you one thing, and then they cut in with a really horribly recorded voice saying part of it. Now, part of that is an
message
aesthetic
received from
choice, but when I was
dispatch.
talking to the woman who introduced this to me at PAX, she said that was actually a bug fix, that like they had recorded a bunch of audio for the tutorial, and then things about the game changed, and they needed to change the audio, but they couldn't bring back the actress to record. There was just no time or no money or whatever. And so that's actually one of the developers of the game doing the worst job he possibly can to patch in new audio because it fits with the aesthetic of the game to solve it that way. And so I love it when something seems like it was planned as a ridiculous artistic choice, and it kind of was, but it's actually because they had to solve the same problem that the in-game characters were solving. Okay, so I've got some emails here. And just little clippy, get out of the way. Okay, whatever. So I am an enforcer, and I've got this email here that tells me there's an ongoing content infringement problem going on. So let's have a look at...
Downloading Gooper screen.
Okay, so I just downloaded this, but I can't just look at it right here because this is the 90s internet. You can't just open files by clicking on links inside emails. But apparently, okay, so there is this character named Gooper that has been Gumshoe Gooper that has been showing up in illegally in people's like websites and stuff like that. And so my job is to go through and find all the examples of Gooper appearing on these websites and report them so that they can be turned off. So go to my assigned zones, So here are my zones, but actually I need to look at where are my here's my downloads. So let's open this up. Okay, so this is Gooper. This is like an old TV screenshot, I guess, of this character named Gooper. So I'm looking for this guy so that I can get people in trouble for using him copyright free. And so, like, I just love that. I mean, this game has terrible UX. And I keep thinking, like, should I, we do these periodic meetings here in this room, actually, at our company, where we look at the UX of other games and see if we can learn from them and stuff. I'm tempted to bring this one in, be like, look how horrible this is. But the thing is, it's horrible on purpose. And so it's not, I mean, it might be able to teach us something about, like, what are the bad things they did on purpose to give people that bad UX experience so that we pay attention to it. But really, this is so intentional. It's almost just, it's the opposite of what we would be trying to do. Anyway, okay, so we've got all these different places we can look, that we can explore. So let's see, Hypnospace Central. So a lot of this game is just browsing this fictional internet and just seeing what's there, and that's it. So actually, let me minimize this. Okay, so where is it that I'm looking for this? So okay, so they know that there's goopers out there. I need to look through my assigned zones for at least 3 possible violations and use my enforcement tools to report them or whatever. And this has gone out to all people, so there's not a specific place they want me to look. I just need to poke around. So we poke around. So here we got the Global Newsroom, HypnoCure, Hypnospace Guides, Merchantsoft, a survey. These all seem like these are like officially run by the creators of Hypnospace. So this doesn't feel like where I should be looking for this. What about the cafe? What's the cafe? There's nothing on this page. It's Dylan Merchant. Merchantsoft is the name of the company that runs HypnoOS. So I think this is this is like getting a message from Bill Gates or something. So these are all Merchantsoft people as well. And also, I kind of remember, I've solved the first couple of problems at home, and I'm trying to remember where it is that I found them. Oh, let's see here. Abby's World, that sounds familiar. Here we go. Okay, so here's Abby's World. She's got a Hypnospace page. She's a first grade teacher. And she's got all these gumshoe gooper things. Okay, so here's my problem now. I'm this enforcer, and I've got to make a decision. I basically get paid for the number of violations that I find and report. There's all of these first grade pieces of art of Gumshoe Gooper, and so my problem is, okay, so I've got one here that was actually placed by the teacher. And I've got one here that was placed by the teacher, but I need to get 3. And so the question is, do I want to report these first graders' pictures and take their work down from the internet, or do I want to look harder and try to find something at least that's not as sad to take down? But let's look at, okay, so here are my tools. So I need to say what it is I think I'm finding. So content infringement, and then I click on bang with my gavel. And yeah, so Abby has been violating things. Oh, get paid. Yeah, I get some coins. So now Gumshoe Gooper is gone. And let me go and enforce this other one too here. So if you're not a fan of really aggressive copyright enforcement, and if you're not a fan of super tightly, moderated internet forums, I like moderation. Not a huge fan of really intense copyright enforcement. This makes you feel bad playing this character, but I think you're meant to kind of feel bad about it. The fact that they orient you at a first grade class at the very beginning of the game, I believe is attempting to sort of make you feel like, am I doing the right thing? Because I think as the game progresses, and I haven't gotten very far, so I can't give you any spoilers, but I believe as the game progresses, you're supposed to start actually kind of feeling compassion for the people that you're enforcing and start to sympathize with them more than the company that you're working for. And somehow the story takes it in that direction, and I don't know exactly where it goes. But well, let's get out of here because I really don't want to enforce on any of those children. So the question is, where else can I find things? So you can follow links to anywhere. So, okay, this person's on Chit Chat. Okay, this is like a, it's something I can install. Sure, it's the 90s. Oh, I can't. Basically, that's right. There's a thing, if you watch the whole tutorial, I think that they deliberately block you from doing anything that could cause you to make friends with the people who use HypnoOS, or whatever, who use Hypnospace. So you can't do that. All right, so what should we do instead? Let's back up. So that was just the first thing we clicked on, which is, I think intentional. Where else might we find relevant stuff? Sandy for community leader. So this person who's running for some kind of, look at this. This is just my memory reminding me that Sandy seemed familiar. This is actually a lot of luck going into me finding the 2 Gumshoe Gooper places successfully, because I couldn't have actually called the names of these people to mind, because last time I played this was like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, this is the other one you can grab without taking down any of the first graders' artwork. So boom, submit. Take that, adults who don't have feelings. True patriots. What? Oh, does it go somewhere? That doesn't even go anywhere. Okay, whatever. So here, since when is it against the rules to share an old cartoon on your page? This is not right. So immediately you start getting negative feedback from the people who are using Hypnospace, that they're really sad about what you're doing. And so as you go around and interact with these people, their lives change, and they're, and they start to respond to the stuff that you do. All right, so close that. So let's see, did I get any feedback for having successfully done this? Yes, you've solved your first case. Great job, Orangutan. Remember to close the case and earn a bonus after you found all reported violations. Finding more than the minimum will result in a higher bonus. So if I wanted more coins, I could have still, and could still report all of those children's pictures. So, okay, so I think right here. So I can, but I don't want to report the children. So I'm gonna hit close case.
Orangutan. Great job removing that content infringement.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Robot Head. Okay, so now we've got a new case, Teentopia harassment. So the type of violation is harassment. Zane Rocks 14 has been reported for harassment in Teentopia. Please look for possible violations and utilize your enforcement tool to report and remove them. If Zane Rocks 14 accrues enough points, please flag them. Okay, so you can shut down stuff people are doing and flag them as a person so they can personally be punished. And so the question is, this is in a teen forum. Somebody has been logged for harassment. The question is, are they the problem I need to shut down, or is somebody reporting them in order to harass them? And I actually forgot which one of those it is. Okay, so Teentopia is where I need to go. So they sent me an email about it with a link straight to Teentopia. For kids ages 13 to 18. Oh man, this just reminds me so much of Teen Chat on AOL. And okay, so Teen Chat on America Online in 1990, whatever it was, 4, 3, 2, I don't remember when it was that I was on this thing, which is basically kids talking about whether Green Day rocked or sucked, and everyone alleging that they rollerbladed. And that was all I remember, but it felt like that was the only conversation that was ever happening in AOL Teen Chat. But, so we got all these people, and Zach Rocks 14 is the one that I'm supposed to be chasing. So, it was Zane Rocks, that's right, Zane Rocks 14. So this guy, he says he's awesome, but he's been reported for harassment. So let's check it out. This is Zane. My name on here is Zane Rocks 14, but now I'm 15. It's just such a great detail, right? Oh man, Dan31 is reminding me of age, sex, location checks. Just constantly. Whenever you're sitting in an AOL chat room, just everyone wants age, sex, location checks. And it's half the conversation was just saying, what was I, 14M, North Carolina? Ugh, ridiculous. Anyway, now the last thing I want to know is where anybody lives or who they are on the internet. Okay, so a few things you should know about me. I run a secret page in Teentopia. It isn't in the listing, so you can only get to it if you get the link. But if you're lame, don't even think about it. Seepage is the best band in the flippin' world. They're incredible. I make awesome comics. So he's got the comic there, there's Seepage. Okay, so the fact that Zane runs a secret page, that feels like a red flag. So he's been flagged for harassment, but so far I don't see him harassing anyone right here. Oh wait, what is this? The Dumpies. Okay, so yeah. Oh, I think so he apparently won a prize as like having the most chaotic and ridiculous page on Hypnospace. And he's really proud. Instead of like realizing that the Dumpies are a mocking award, he's just really proud of getting one. Okay, so this is Zane. Does he have anything he talks about on here? There's gamers only that he's involved with. So these things. You guys remember web rings, where you'd have like websites that linked to each other in a big arc, and so you could follow one website to another website. And instead of having places like social media or things like YouTube or like big massive conglomerates that like sort of tried to themselves house all your interests in one place, you just had all these scattered web pages that would sort of like have relationships with each other. I guess they were probably owned by big conglomerates. I don't know how it worked. I was a teenager. But like you could like basically say, oh, what's the next website? And you would go over there and they would all just link to each other. This right here looks like, oh, it's searching for, okay, so the way that in Hypnospace, the way it works is they put these, people put links to their interests at the bottom of their page, and then if you click it, there it is. If you click it, it'll do a search on this same tag basically, and take you to anyone else's site that has the same tag. Dan31 is arguing with me right now about whether Green Day is the best band. So these kinds of weird little details. Did I tell you can scroll all the way down here? Are again very reminiscent of the 90s internet. So we got search terms going down the side here, just of things that are on his page that might be worth searching for. And so we got like Seepage, for instance, which is the band he likes. Oh, and here's somebody who loves Zane. Wait, got game or way lame? What's this? Wow, it is truly an honor to have Mikey Psyche, the lead singer of the amazing band Seepage, here with us. Okay, so this is his little interview website where he interviews people from like bands that he likes and stuff like that. I have a sneaking suspicion that he might actually have some kind of special relationship with his band. So yeah, so this is him just, you know, going crazy about this band that he likes. He's got a couple of different episodes though. Corey? Who's Corey? Hi Corey. As you know, this is a game show where we see if you're lame or not. How's it going? Okay, so this is his secret page. Okay, so he was bragging about his secret page, and I got here by following the link to his favorite band. Okay, so yeah, so basically, if you just search for Zach, you don't get this page. He doesn't actually say, you know, Zach Rocks 14 anywhere on it. But if you search for the band, and by sort of plumbing into all of his interests, you get his interview with the band leader, and then you can go to the homepage of his interview site and then chase that down to the kid that he's harassing. So this is a picture he's drawn of this Corey guy. He's like, duh, I don't know, I'm just being fat and popping my pimples on girls. Why don't they like me? Dude, that's gross. Look at me, I can play saxophone and eat a hot dog at the same time, so hungry. Oh, I spilled ketchup on my stretched out shirt. He's just saying all of these terrible things about this guy named Corey, and this is very mean, and he says he's way lame. So, yeah, this is definitely harassment. Let's, harassment. Take that. Right, get paid. I'm pretty sure this picture counts as harassment, too. Well done, Enforcer. Wow, I'm making bank off this guy. And so while I'm reporting Zach, he's accruing some negative points, which then I can use to just nail him. So this toilet is not harassment, so I'm not going to try to submit that one. But definitely this depiction of Corey has got to go. So the thing that's interesting is, my first time through, I didn't know that following the links to the band, that was going to be fruitful. It took me a long time to even try that. And my first investigation was actually, and I'll show you where this is, was actually into Corey, because I was just reading through all of the team pages, and Corey has a page. And so I'll follow you there because Corey gets pretty mad and also says some mean things about Zach. And so my first impression of this situation was Corey is harassing Zach, and Zach isn't doing anything. And Corey might actually be using the report to harass Zach further. And I was worried about that. I mean, Zach seems like, kind of a butthead, but that could have been a red herring, because, I mean, buttheads who aren't doing illegal things don't need to be punished, just for being buttheads.
Important message received.
So, okay, so I'm assuming at some point he's going to be, reacting to this. But let's go and find Corey's page. Which is, let's see here, what's the quickest way to get to Corey's page? So Jessica White really likes Zane. I don't know if she's real. She might be a fake person. Did Zane get a sunburn, or is he always this hot? I feel like this might be a fake girlfriend. Let's see, how easily can I just get all the way back to Teentopia? There it is. So Teentopia didn't unlock until I got this new assignment because they want to slowly build out the scale of this fictional internet. Oh, so Rannothcord wants to know what happens when you select something that is not actually a violation of a rule. Well, let's try that in a minute. I'm trying to remember. Corey's house, here it is. So he loves pizza dance. Okay, so there's Corey right there. That's great. So Corey's talking about his girlfriend. I've kissed someone, yes. Oh, here we go. The official Zane Sucks Club page. Okay, so when I originally found this, I reported it against Corey because he's chopping someone's head off, and it's, pretty horrific. So let's, we can do that again. And I'm pretty sure it's going to take this, even though this is, the plan was for me to be reporting Zach. This is genuinely, inappropriate stuff right here. Probably ugly in real life, all this other stuff that he's saying. Like, you can totally report someone who is not the, you can report everyone. Like, if everyone's being jerks to each other, even if I feel like Zach is actually the one who's the original aggressor and Corey's just defending himself, I can still totally go after Corey. I can hit Zach Sucks, take that down. And I kind of feel like a bad person because, you know what? Oh, there's so much Zach Sucks all going by at the same time. I can make so much money off this. And that's the thing that's interesting about this, is that it gives me a motivation to be removing as much of this stuff as possible. And because he's got all these overlapping logos or whatever, I think I can actually do as much damage to Corey as I can do to Zane. And I keep calling him, I feel like I keep wanting to call him Zach. His name is Zane. So I believe that because I took out that, oh no, it still appears here too. So, and then I can eat. So I think I might have actually hit Corey more times than Zane now. Oh, interesting. So Monacan says there's actually another way to find that page organically, besides following Seepage, and I didn't realize that. I'm curious what it is. The thing that's cool about this is that they're not trying to create like just a linear path where you have to make all of the exact same logical connections as everyone else. They're trying to create a world that's very interconnected, and then have you sort of find your way through it. And a lot of what you get out of this is not just finding the one path to the right solution to the puzzle. It's exploring this world enough that you actually start to get a feel for how it works. And so taking a long time to solve the first couple of puzzles, which is how it actually worked for me when I played this legitimately the first time. It was good because then for future puzzles, I'm prepared to like navigate this world and understand it, and even understand the characters. So if they later on come back in and figure into future plot lines, I'm ready for it. So, okay, anyway, so we had the request for me to report something that is definitely not the thing. So like, for instance, what should I do? I mean, yeah, this is my throwaway save. So let's say content infringement on Pizza Dance. Submit. No violation detected. Don't waste server bandwidth. So if I keep doing that, there might be consequences as far as I know. Oh, okay, interesting. So Monacan's pointed out that award that Zane had won from the dumpies or whatever, the dumpers. I forgot what they're called. But basically, if you follow that link to his award, the award place also has a link to his interview site. So there's like multiple different ways you can get there, which is pretty cool. All right, so I've done that, but I'm not quite done yet. So we've got, let's see here. So my case involves not just, sorry, I'm bopping around. So I need to also report Zane if I think it's appropriate to report Zane. Thing is, I've forgotten how to report Zane. I think that it's from his site. So let's go down to Zane. Note that they put Zane at the bottom of the list. I'm pretty sure that was on purpose to get me to investigate as many other people as possible along the way so I can kind of get into this group. Though several of the other people mention Zane in their pages, so as you're going through the pages, you see a lot of Zane mentions, and then Zane appears at the bottom. Anyway, so I can flag. It says, he's got enough negative points. He's eligible for flagging, so I'm going to flag Zane for being mean to Corey. But even though I'm pretty sure Corey also qualifies, I'm not going to flag Corey. I'm using my discretion as an enforcer to not punish Corey for his reaction to Zane. Monacan points out there's no actual consequences to doing things wrong, which sounds it's perfectly aligned with the flavor of this game. So so I have not actually I haven't completed the next challenge here, the next case. So this is basically saying that Kappa Cash is this thing. Buy now with Kappa Cash. It's basically it's an online currency that can be exchanged for real money. Hypnocoin, which is the currency you're supposed to use, cannot be exchanged for real currency, and so it basically prohibits people from making money on Hypnospace. And so people who want to make money on Hypnospace have to use these external currencies. And so I've only gotten halfway through this particular one. So I'll go to my cases. Oh man, my scroll wheel is doing the opposite of what I expected to do, which is crazy. So I'm supposed to find 4 violations. I've only found 1 so far. And it actually took me a long time. Like it took me a while to find the 1, and then I'm left with like 3 blanks. I don't even know where to start. And so rather than watch me just stare at Hypnospace and not know what I'm doing, I think I'll close it out right now. And basically, this is a tease of Hypnospace Outlaw. And, if you're interested in this, I would encourage you to go get, the game is pretty cheap. Go get the game, check it out, explore this stuff yourself. And I'm going to leave most of this stuff completely unexplored for me and you to investigate later. Monakins endorses this and says this game rules and is a huge nostalgia trip for anyone who grew up in the early internet days, which includes me. So yeah, and includes Dan31 and several other people on here. So I'm just gonna quickly wrap up the video. So got other videos there. I'll put my subscribe button here and mispronounce the word button because that's how I talk. Yeah, I've still got a little time though, so maybe I'll play something else.